Hey guys, it's Aria. This is like my 20th take because I don't know what I'm doing about. But anyway, it's 7 o'clock. It's January 22nd, 2012. Update. I'm trying to put my poetry club. So good luck. Wish me good luck. So I'm going to freestyle today about something I have no clue. So I don't know what I'm going to say. I remember it so perfectly. That hole left inside my chest. I remember it so perfectly. I remember it trying to fill the void that just seemed so endless. I remember it so perfectly like it was yesterday, but I know for a fact it wasn't. It was, I don't know, but I remember it so perfectly. I remember the stares and the worried, but tears that they had fallen from their eyes, but did they really care? Because I remember it so perfectly. Everyone thought that I was crazy, but I thought that I was fine. I remember it so perfectly because teardrops still lay on my pillow to remind me of the times that I remember so perfectly. I remember the happiness I felt when it touched my skin and the blood slowly trickles down. I remember it so perfectly. The times of sadness they said would come to an end. I remember it so perfectly when they dragged me into the counselor's office and said that I needed help. I remember it so perfectly, being forced to talk about things that I just wasn't ready to talk about. But I remember it so perfectly, having those friends who sat by my side. I remember it so perfectly. Every teardrop I cried. I remember it so perfectly like it was yesterday, and I remember trying to fill that void that was so endless. I remember why I did it, I guess because it was the only pain I could control, because my heart was getting stabbed every day. I guess I just remember it so perfectly. It was like my life was soon end, and I remember it so perfectly, being so unhappy but happy in the pain that I constantly felt. I remember so perfectly drowning in the sea of my own blood. I remember so perfectly waking up and dreading the fact that I did. I remember getting on my knees and praying that today would be my last. But I remember it so perfectly when they said that I would continue to move forward. I remember it so perfectly when they looked me in my eyes and said, "Baby, what's wrong?" I remember it so perfectly the day I woke up and said, "I want to live again." Oh, I remember it so perfectly, walking up to everyone and thanking them for their help. I remember it so perfectly because it was more than just yesterday. I remember it so perfectly, getting on both knees and thanking him for not ending me. Oh, I remember it so perfectly, saying that suicide is more than what they think. I remember it so perfectly, saying, "Look at my wrist and I promise it won't ever happen again." I remember it so perfectly. I remember being happy. I remember being me again. Thanks, guys. Bye.